Second goal. Second match of ferocious strike.
Will it go to? It goes to the same near Castle. Lola Rea coming through. That's a save on the line, and a penalty stroke has been given. This game has everything.
A penalty stroke with just 53 seconds on the clock. And she has come up with the equalizer. We have the shootout. Can she bury the goal that will clinch the sudden death for her team? Again, perilously close to the goalkeeper, but she does the job. And that will be that. It's the Swansea Bengal Tigers.
Drama, action, entertainment, thrill and excitement on the first day of the year. That's exactly what we wanted. And if that was any indication, we are in for a very, very special year ahead. Hello and welcome, I'm Surbhi Vaid and I'm delighted to be joined by former Scottish international Nikki Lloyd. Namaste, Nikki.
Namaste, Surbhi.
Now, what a thrilling way to kick off 2026 with a match like that right at the start of the year. HIL is clearly setting the tone for what's to come.
It really is. Yesterday's game had absolutely everything. End-to-end action, world-class goals, a shootout, and then a sudden death shootout. Maza aa gaya.
मुझे भी बहुत मजा आ रहा है to see you speak in Hindi, Nikki. Now let's talk about that match in detail. 3-3 draw in regulation time, then shootout, then sudden death. It was pure cinema. What made that match so special for you?
The first three quarters were kind of normal, you'd say, what we'd expect here, really. World class, fast hockey. It was the last quarter, the last 10 minutes, that yellow card, a 10-minute yellow card, that changed everything. Then a really quick green card. So we were able to see a goalkeeper pull, and then it was an extra 3 players out on pitch against 9, and you cannot hold yourself against that. The Tigers had no chance at that point. And it was just, you saw the pullback, slowly had it, and that's what led to such a dramatic end to the game. As we see just now, the sudden death shootout that then entailed was non-stop action. I mean, I was up in the commentary box and we just didn't know what to say. We couldn't predict what was going to happen next.
Everyone was on their edge of the seat. Now, talking about special performance, we have to talk about Jennifer Rizzo. She was so special in goal. She was so calm under pressure and decisive when it mattered the most. How vital was her performance in keeping the match alive?
It would have been a completely different outcome if she wasn't there. I think the Pipers would have won in regulation if she hadn't have been in goal. She was everywhere she needed to be, constantly protecting that near post, always ready to react. Her stick skill as well, not only on the short corner save, but actually she made a really important stick interception on one of the running penalties. Rhea, who is a world-class drag flicker in her own right and an ex-Spanish international, she really struggled to get past Rizzo last night, and Rizzo was just on another level, which she had to be.
Awareness, agility, timing, she had it all. Now, if possible, if we can take a closer look at all her saves so that Nikki can break that down for us, break down her goalkeeping masterclass for us.
Yeah, of course. So one thing that Rizzo spoke really clearly about when asked in her post-match interview was, how do you do what you do? And she said it's a lot of breath work, it's a lot of focus, but from a tactical point of view here, you can see her weight is very much on the front of her feet. That allows her to spring into action to make those saves. If her save was more in her heels, then as the ball came towards her, she would be taking her weight backwards. Any kind of save she tries to make, it's either going to send the ball high up into the air or actually back into her own goal. But you can tell that she's been coached to a very high standard throughout her career.
And she stood tall like a wall in front of the goal. But Augustina deserves a mention too. One of the best drag flickers in the world right now, and she did exactly what was expected out of her. 2 goals from penalty corners for her.
Yeah, she's unstoppable. As soon as they get the penalty corner, which is what they are looking for, their entire team cheers because they know what's about to happen. Gorzalani, she's not got a very long drag in her technique, but the power that she generates and the precision of where she's able to place the ball, that's what sets her apart. She's picking the space on her second goal in between the goalkeeper and the post player. And it's a really difficult position for the people on the line because who goes for that? Does the goalkeeper go for it? Does the player go for it? And it's that indecision there. You don't have a chance really to make that, or even have time to make the decision because the ball's already in the back of the net.
3 goals for her already in the season. Now after this win, Shrachi Bengal Tigers are back to the 2nd spot on the points table, and SG Pipers retain their top spot. But as we know, nothing is settled yet. The table keeps changing game by game.
It really does, and that's what I said before, why it's so exciting, because one game can change absolutely everything. And as I said yesterday, I'm really excited as well by the goal difference tally as well. Yes, you want to win your games, but actually it's so important to have a positive goal difference by the end of it, because that's going to be the difference between are you making the final or are you not.
Talking about winning the game, JSW SOORMA Hockey Club would be desperate to win one today because they are still searching for their first win of this season. But for now, it's time for a short break. The teams have arrived at the stadium. Don't go anywhere because both these teams will be in action very soon. We will talk about this game, of course, in detail with Nikki post this short break. So stay tuned with us as we decode this game.
I play as a striker. मैं श्राची बंगाल टाइगर के लिए खेल रही हूँ. बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है दोनों लास्ट सीजन एंड इस सीजन में भी दोनों लास्ट टाइम में भी हमने बहुत एंजॉय किया एंड बहुत हमारा एज अ टीम हमारा कम्युनिकेशन एंड टीम वर्क भी बहुत अच्छा रहा. जहाँ मैं बिलोंग करती हूँ कि मिज़ोरम से, सो मिज़ोरम में हॉकी लोग नहीं खेलती और इवन पता भी नहीं है हॉकी के बारे में इतना ज़्यादा जैसे कंपेयर करके फुटबॉल. तो बट आई थिंक जब मैंने ओलंपिक खेला है सो आई थिंक ऑल द मिज़ो दे आर रियली प्राउड ऑफ मी. इस बार हम कोशिश करेंगे कि हमें फाइनल खेल के हमें इस बार चैंपियन बने. हेलो, आई एम नवनीत कौर. मैं दिल्ली एफसी वाइपर्स की कैप्टन हूँ और मैं एज ए स्ट्राइकर खेलती हूँ. और HAL के लिए कि एक अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है हमारे लिए, हमारे यंगस्टर्स के लिए कि उन्हें एक इंटरनेशनल लेवल का कंपटीशन खेलने को मिल रहा है. लास्ट सीजन जब हम खेले थे तो हमें आइडिया नहीं था कि लीग कैसे होती है क्योंकि फर्स्ट टाइम खेल रहे थे, और इस बार हमें अच्छे से आइडिया है कि कैसे लीग्स का सिस्टम चलता है. हाँ, बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ. बहुत टाइम से वेट कर रहे थे लास्ट सीजन के बाद. प्लीज़ ज़रूर हमारा HAL देखें. अगर आप यहाँ स्टेडियम में आके देख सकते हैं तो वो और भी अच्छा है, और अगर आप टीवी पे देख रहे हैं तो देखें और हमारी टीम को चेयर करें.
Hello, I'm Nora Baat from the Netherlands, and I play as a midfielder. It's my first time playing for the Shrachi Bengal Tigers, and I'm very excited for the tournament and for the franchise and for everything in this country. I started hockey at 5 years old, so a very young age. Going to the Hockey India League is a big transition, but it's really cool to play with the Indian players. I'm really excited to start the tournament. We'll see how it goes, but I think the atmosphere will be very cool, and I'm really excited to play. My parents are here, so they are going to watch in the stadium, so that's really cool. Be passionate about the game, work hard, and then you'll come at this stage.
Lights on at this beautiful Marangom ke Jaipal Singh AstroTurf Stadium as the home side Ranchi Royals prepare to take on the JSW Surma Hockey Club. Now, of course, Ranchi Royals come into this on the back of a statement win, while JSW Surma Hockey Club are still searching for that elusive victory. How do you see this one panning out?
Yeah, you're completely right. Ranchi Royals, they can catapult to second place with a win tonight. SOORMA, unless they get a really good goal difference, they're going to stay fourth. However, this win is so important for them. They need the confidence, they need the momentum, and they need to get this team going.
Now, on the other hand, Ranchi Royals would want to continue their winning momentum. Now, they've got plenty of young talent, and Beauty Dung Dung is one to watch out for. At just 22, she's already made her mark on the international stage. We spoke to her after that 5-0 win, and she shared her wish list with us.
मेरा नाम ब्यूटी डुंगडुंग है और मैं स्ट्राइकर खेलती हूँ। मैं चाहती हूँ कि मुझे दुनिया गोल मशीन के नाम पे जाने। मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा गोल करूँ रांची रॉयल्स के लिए और मुझे प्लेयर ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट मिले। आप एक मैच हारते हो ना तो आपको पता लग जाता है कि आप गलती कहाँ पे कर रहे हो। हमारा ये था कि हम अपना बेस्ट देंगे। जो गोल स्कोरर किया 5 गोल, हमें बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी हुई कि हमने गोल किया। हमारे लिए भी टफ़ है, उनके लिए भी टफ़ है ओबियसली खेलना, क्योंकि वो 2 मैच हार चुके हैं और हम 1 लूज़ किए 1 जीते हैं। तो हमें तो जीतना ही है। माइंडसेट तो यही रहेगा कि हमने और ऊपर जाना है, हमें नीचे नहीं आना है। तो हमें अपना लेवल अप करना है।
Wants to be known as goal machine, wants to score the highest goal for Ranchi Royals this season and get the player of the match as well and the tournament as well. So she's got her vision board sorted already.
She does, but I believe she could be the goal machine she wants to be. She's such a terrier in the attacking D, always looking to pounce on those loose balls.
Now, last time her team took the field, she was there on the score sheet. But along with her, Lucina was there as well with 2 strikes. We got to speak to her before the match, and this is how it went.
You're joined by Lucina on the high there of Ranchi Royals. A great result for you, and you personally have been in good form. What are the areas you're looking to improve upon?
I think that we did a really good game the last days. We know that it's going to be really tough again because they are really strong in her strikers. They are really speedy and they try to get really quick inside the D. But we are really looking forward to play this game and we are really focused in our defense.
Good luck for today.
Thank you.
Of course, happy with their last victory, but the focus today remains on defense, as she mentioned there, Nikki.
Yeah, and I think you always say, you know, at defense, you need to marry it very well with the attack. I think she's going to struggle tonight sometimes on the defensive because Royals have such a high counter-attacking opportunities. But what can I say? I keep getting all of the predictions and tactics wrong, so I think there will be, hopefully they'll have done their defensive homework and we'll see a really strong press against Royals.
Maybe you will get it right today, and maybe Salima Tete will get it right today as well, the maestro of Indian midfield. We spoke to her before this match. She told us how they are approaching tonight's game and what is it to play in front of her home crowd.
हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं सलीमा तेते। आपके होम क्राउड के सामने खेलने का अनुभव कैसे रहा है और इस गेम को कैसे अप्रोच कर रहे हैं आप?
बिल्कुल, यहाँ बहुत अच्छा लगता है खेलने में और बिल्कुल हमारा जैसे ऑडियंस है बहुत ज़्यादा सपोर्ट करते हैं और बिल्कुल यही है कि आज हमारा जीतना बहुत ज़रूरी है और हम अपने परफॉर्मेंस पे ध्यान देंगे, दूसरे टीम क्या करे उसको ध्यान नहीं देंगे, बस हमारी जो प्लान है उसमें हम फॉलो करेंगे और डेफिनेटली हमें जीतना बहुत ज़रूरी है। और यही है कि हमारी टीम रेडी है और जैसे रांची टीम भी बहुत अच्छी है तो हम अच्छी फाइट करेंगे।
उम्मीद है कि आपकी अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस बरकरार रखेंगे। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू।
Certainly, there's no better feeling than playing in front of one's home crowd. And now Salima has also mentioned over there that this match is very crucial and they want to walk away with a victory from here.
They have to. I think it's undeniable what they need to do tonight. But Salima Tete, she's such a weapon on the pitch. Her skill, her speed, but she needs space to do that, and that's one thing that the opposition have done really well at limiting for her. So hopefully tonight she can work with her team, manipulate some space and be able to showcase her true talents. But you're completely right, they need a win tonight.
Now, what about your talent? I know you've been getting it wrong the past 2 times, but let's try it once again. What's your prediction for tonight?
I know, we hoped the new year was going to be a new me and I would get it right. I don't think anyone foresaw last night. I am going to go tonight with the Royals winning 3-1.
Let's see whether the law of averages will favor Nikki or not, or will they favor the JSW SOORMA Hockey Club to bring them their first win of this season, or will the Ranchi Royals walk away with their second? It will be a very interesting clash, that is a guarantee. Live action coming up shortly. Don't go anywhere. Right now it's time for a short break.
हेलो, आई एम नवनीत कौर। मैं दिल्ली एफसी रॉयल्स की कैप्टन हूँ और मैं एज ए स्ट्राइकर खेलती हूँ। और एचएएल के लिए कि एक अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है हमारे लिए, हमारे यंगस्टर्स के लिए कि उन्हें एक इंटरनेशनल लेवल का कंपटीशन खेलने को मिल रहा है। लास्ट सीजन जब हम खेले थे तो हमें आइडिया नहीं था कि लीग कैसे होती है, क्योंकि फर्स्ट टाइम खेल रहे थे, और इस बार हमें अच्छे से आइडिया है कि कैसे लीग्स का सिस्टम चलता है। हाँ, बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ, बहुत टाइम से वेट कर रहे थे लास्ट सीजन के बाद। प्लीज़ ज़रूर हमारा एचएएल देखिए। अगर आप यहाँ स्टेडियम में आके देख सकते हैं तो वो और भी अच्छा है, और अगर आप टीवी पे देख रहे हैं तो देखें और हमारी टीम को चीयर करें।
Hello, I'm Nora Baat from the Netherlands, and I play as a midfielder. It's my first time playing for the Strachi Bengal Tigers, and I'm very excited for the tournament and for the franchise and for everything in this country. I started hockey at 5 years old, so a very young age. Going to the Hockey India League, it's a big transition, but it's really cool to play with the Indian players. I'm really excited to start the tournament. And we'll see how it goes, but I think the atmosphere will be very cool, and I'm really excited to play. My parents are here, so they are going to watch in the stadium, so that's really cool. Be passionate about the game, work hard, and then you'll come like at this stage.
मेरा नाम ब्यूटी डुंगडुंग है और मैं स्ट्राइकर खेलती हूँ। मैं चाहती हूँ कि मुझे दुनिया गोल मशीन के नाम पे जाने। मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा गोल करूँ रांची रॉयल्स के लिए और मुझे प्लेयर ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट मिले। आप एक मैच हारते हो ना तो आपको पता लग जाता है कि आप गलती कहाँ पे कर रहे हो। हमारा ये था कि हम अपना बेस्ट देंगे। जो गोल स्कोरर किया 5 गोल, हमें बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी हुई कि हमने गोल किया। हमारे लिए भी टफ है, उनके लिए भी टफ है ओबियसली खेलना, क्योंकि वो 2 मैच हार चुके हैं और हम 1 लूज़ किए 1 जीते हैं, तो हमें तो जीतना ही है। माइंडसेट तो यही रहेगा कि हमने और ऊपर जाना है, हमें नीचे नहीं आना है, तो हमें अपना लेवल अप करना है।
very good evening once again at the Hero Hockey India League 2025-2026. We are here at the Marangom ke Jaipal Singh AstroTurf Hockey Stadium in the beautiful city of Ranchi in the Indian state of Jharkhand, where we are all set for match number 6 with the Ranchi Royals looking to continue their winning run against the winless JSW SOORMA Hockey Club, who will be looking to open their account. And live action will be underway in just a little bit, but a little peek into the sights and sounds of Ranchi. The weather's been consistently pleasant over the last couple of weeks. It's also going northwards in terms of the temperature. It's almost 15 degrees Celsius. That's Lucina Van der Heide, who will again play a pivotal role as far as the team's fortunes are concerned. And for SOORMA to register their opening win, Salima Tete will have to come to the party, as will some of their overseas imports as well, the influential Maria Granato as well as Penny Squibb. But before all that, we have the toss first, with both the captains in attendance. And it's bound to be an important toss, as both the captains are out there.
Ranchi, it's time for match number 6 of Women's Hero Hockey India League. Tonight, Ranchi Royals take on the JSW SOORMA Hockey Club. Captain Salima Tete and Nikki Pradhan are here, along with the on-field umpires, Rachel Williams and Rama Patnis. It's time to flip the coin.
Okay. SOORMA, if you want to call, heads or tails? It is heads.
Salima, toss jeet liya hai, kya karna chahengi?
Start the ball.
So JSW SOORMA Hockey Club have won the toss and they've elected to start the play.
And yes, JSW SOORMA will start the play, and they will have to make the play, for this is where they find themselves on the points chart. They've played 2 and lost 2 games and haven't scored a goal yet. The only silver lining is they haven't conceded any goal yet. Ranchi Royals will be looking to continue the winning ways. Let's have a listen to what the coaches had to say. हमारे साथ जुड़े तुषार खानकर. पिछले मैच बहुत अच्छा जीत प्राप्त किया आपने. इस मैच में क्या खामियां महसूस करें उस जीत के बावजूद, जिन पे आप ध्यान रख रहे हैं?
What I understood, you want to know that what kind of areas we are looking forward for it. Yes, there are certain areas where we are looking forward for it. As you know that they've got a good forward line. They've got a good midfield. Salima is there, and then Jyoti is there, and of course there are few overseas players also. They're having it. So of course our target would be not to give them opportunity, not to give them a chance to run with the ball, because SOORMA is a very attacking team. I would say at the same time their attacking line is quite efficient in the deal. Unfortunately, they couldn't score the goal so far, but yeah, they've got a good side. So yes, we'll be keeping eye on them, and accordingly we'll play this match.
Good luck for today.
Thank you.
You were runners up last season, but a couple of early reversals. How is the team coping with it?
Well, we've moved on from that, and we're looking at today's game. So the focus is on putting up a good performance tonight, and getting the win.
Good luck for today.
Thank you very much.
Yes, the JSW SOORMA outfit have their task cut out for sure, and both the umpires, of course, have the task cut out as well. Rachel Williams and Rama Patnis, 2 umpires who have had excellent outings thus far, and I have alongside me another person who has had an excellent outing of a time in India thus far. As always, former Scotland international and an accomplished coach and broadcaster, Nikki Lloyd. A very good evening to you.
Good evening, Aaron. How are you today?
Very well, and wouldn't be any other way with you for company in the comm box, and looking forward to your hockey insights as always.
Flattery is going to get you everything. Yes, well done.
Well, JSW SOORMA haven't had the most flattering of results thus far, and that's an area that they would really look to improve upon, because quite honestly they haven't done too badly. Just looking at the big picture, you will see that they have 2 losses against the names, but on the bright side they've conceded only 2 goals, and they have for the most part held possession. They've created opportunities, but the goals haven't come.
JSW SOORMA Hockey Club. Jersey number 30, captain Salima Tete. 2, Olivia Shannon. 3, Shiori Oikawa. 5, Jyoti Chatri. 6, Penny Squib. 10, Maria Granato. 11, Savita. 12, Nisha. 14, Sonam. 15, Mamtaz Khan. 19, Vaishnavi Phalke. 20, Sarah Robertson. 21, Hina Banu. 22, Baljit Kaur. 23, Jimena Cedris. 24, Jyoti. 25, Manuela Villa. 57, Binima Dan. 88, Nidhi. 99, Ajmina Kujo. Introducing the team, Ranchi Royals. Jersey number 8, Captain Nikki Pradhan. 1, Maria Darnay. 2, Lucina Haid. 5, Augustina Alonso. 6, Ishika Chowdhury. 7, Neha. 9, Pichu Devi. 10, Alvela Rani Topo. 13, Sabin Plonisen. 14, Sangeeta Kumari. 16, Hannah Kota. 18, Rutuja Bissel. 19, Agostina Albertario. 21, Deepika Soreng. 23, Sakshi Rana. 24, Nandini. 25, Maria Ortiz. 27, Laltal Tluangi. 30, Madhuri Kindo. 52, Beauty Dungdung. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
As always, a big thank you to all our dignitaries who have made sure that this tournament has been held in such high standards. Shri Praveen Pushkar, IPS Rural Superintendent of Police, Ranchi. Shri Dharmendra Kumar Singh, Associate Vice President, Hockey Jharkhand. And these gentlemen are accompanied by B.N. Bhushan, Director, Hockey India. And no praise is too high enough for Hockey India as well as the local federation here in Jharkhand for ensuring that Ranchis continue to host tournaments of high standard in consecutive years with great success and great alacrity. It's something that's really propped up Ranchi to one of the key venues in the country. You've traditionally seen venues in Punjab and in Bhubaneswar and Rourkela, but it's glad to note that the efforts of Hockey India are paying dividends with hockey fanning across the country. In recent times we have come across Rajgir as a venue. Ranchi has established itself as a venue of some standards. Chennai, of course, will be hosting the first leg of the men's Hero Hockey India League starting tomorrow. Another venue that's been very productive. Recently hosted the Junior Men's Hockey World Cup alongside the other city in Tamil Nadu, Madurai. So exciting times if you're an Indian hockey fan and if you're an Indian hockey aficionado. With both the teams and the dignitaries in attendance, time now for the Indian national anthem.
भारत के राष्ट्रीय गान के लिए खड़े हो जाए और साथ गाए.
It's another fabulous evening here in Ranchi with both the teams vying for higher honors. And we'll have a look at the team formations in just a short while as JLW Surma look forward to this clash as pretty much a must-win contest. It isn't yet dialed for them, but they would want to treat this with utmost urgency. But first, the Ranchi Royals side.
Yeah, so the Ranchi Royals setting up with Vishu Devi in the goal. Nikki had Sabine Plonson and Lucia von der Haag in the back line with 3 in defence, 4 through the midfield. Players to look out through the midfield, number 7, Nea, and Augustina Alonso there as well. Deepika as well, you cannot miss her out. And then up front, Augustina Albertario, who just celebrated her birthday yesterday, so hopefully this is going to give her team an extra boost and give them the win as well.
And on the other side, our team JSW Surma Hockey Club, who are looking for their first goal, who are looking for their first win. And just to look at how they are stacked up, Savita, one of the world's finest goalkeepers, starts under the bar, and they have 2 terrific central defenders in Penny Squibb and Shihori Oikawa, and they will be flanked by Jyoti Chhatri and Jyoti. Salima Tete, Jimena Cedres and Sarah Robertson comprise the midfield. Mumtaz Khan, Maria Granato and Baljit Kaur will start up front with Vaishnavi Falke, Hina Bano, Ajmina Kujur and Sonam, who finished with the highest number of goals last year, all waiting in the wings. We'll also definitely see more of Manuela Villar, who's such a critical aspect of their attacking fortunes. Tushar Khankar will of course be mindful of the fact that the 5-0 result is a thing of the past, and he would want to start afresh. He will remain wary of a wounded JLW Surma Hockey Club, coached by the very experienced Jude Menezes, was the goalkeeper for the Indian men at the 2000 Olympics in Sydney, knows a thing or two about coaching at the highest level, has also been a part of the Black Sticks setup. Time now for the countdown before the big game begins.
Get ready, Ranchi, for the countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play.
Well, the local hero Nikki Pradhan says, let's play, and we shall play indeed. JSW Surma Hockey Club start from left to right in their all-pink outfit and in their nice jade attire. Our Ranchi Royals pushing from right to left, the home side. Ranchi Royals, of course, will receive plenty of support, but so will JSW Surma, for they have the hometown hero in Salima Tete. In the commentary box, this is Arun Venugopal, and I'm joined by the former Scotland international and a veritable hockey nerd, Nikki Lloyd.
Absolutely, I would take that as a huge compliment.
Was meant to be, was meant to be indeed.
Appreciate it very much. Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting game tonight. JSW Surma, they have to win really tonight. So much is riding on this victory for them, but a little spruce on the Royals as well. They're coming off the back of that resounding 5-0 win. I think that's just pushed their confidence as well. You can expect, I think, some ferocious tackles, high energy hockey tonight, and as the weather starts to get a little bit colder again, we need that to warm us up.
And a word of appreciation for the technical bench as well. We saw Sonia Batla, the technical officer, the reserve umpire Neetu Kumari, the timing judge Rohini Bopanna, the scoring judge Janurita De Souza. A big round of applause for all the stakeholders really, because it takes a village for a game of hockey to be played out. And even as we say, Ranchi Royals are looking to make the move. Augustina Albertario, the birthday goal from yesterday, making a circle entry, cannot find anyone with that cross. Interesting that you mentioned about the 5 goals that Royals scored in the previous game, Nikki, but I really thought it was a culmination of all the good things that they did in their first game, and that's exactly the opposite of what's transpired for Surma thus far.
Yeah, it's almost like the Royals are a little bit ahead of Surma at the moment in how they're gelling as a team, but Augustina there, Albertario, she's had that called against her. She's asked the question why. The reason I'm seeing is that she moved the ball, but then she used her body to then try and get past of the defender again, and you can't do that. We have said a number of times that this is a non-contact sport, so that has been called as obstruction against Albertario.
Another circle entry was sought after, and this is exactly what Ranchi Royals did so well. during their 5-0 victory the other night. The other thing that was particularly impressive was, despite the high press, ultra aggressive display, they didn't concede a single goal. A lot of credit for that should also go to their goalkeeper, Bichudevi Karibam.
It shouldn't. It's obviously the last buck ends with the goalkeepers, so they are the final player. But it is that, and it's how they organise their defence as well. And some people think, oh, it's the goalkeeper. All they do, you know, is try and save the shots. No, they actually organise the entire team.
It's a good point you make. Sometimes the attack originates from the goalkeeper. Here, where Team Soorma yet again trying to find Baljeet Kaur on the left. A smart piece of transition from Olivia Shannon on that occasion.
Yeah, and a beautiful aerial and takedown along the right-hand baseline. That killer shot across, but it's really well intercepted. Beautiful from Lucia there. She's working so hard. She should get this free hit as well as she does.
It's a good ball again, a defense splitting ball to Albatario on the left. And a bit of a tangle with Hannah Cotter. I beg your pardon, in fact, it wasn't Hannah Cotter on that occasion. It was Albatario. Got into a tangle with the JSW Soorma player. Neha Goel will again play a pivotal role in midfield, trying to organize the attack.
Yeah, what's going to be interesting in this matchup is Ranchi Royals are playing with a 3-4-3 setup, whereas JSW Soorma a 4-3-3. So you expect there to be some rotation. Teams generally don't stay in the same format for the entire game. It's really good to see those matchups. That's an unfortunate bit of a missed touch there. And the Royals are able just to take the ball away, take their time, and it's intercepted, but they've retained possession.
Really like for you to shed some light on what that really entails, having a 3-member backline vis-a-vis a 4-member one.
Yeah, absolutely. So the difference you'll find then is the number you have in midfield as well. So if you've got 3 in the back line and 4 in midfield, when you're outletting, you're normally outletting against an opposition with 3 up front when you have a basic back 4. But if you have a back 3, some teams will drop one of their forwards, so they're pressing only with 2, and they're matching up player for player in the midfield line. So they have 4 and they're joining you across there. Personally, I prefer to have 4 in midfield, just because I think when you're pressing, it allows you to be really aggressive, really push and put the pressure on.
That's brilliantly put, and I think it conforms to the brand of hockey that JLW Soorma Hockey Club set out to play. It's a different matter whether that's gone to plan, but at least theoretically it's something that they've always strove to do.
Yeah, and so you see Granato and the ball here linking up, finding a cross, poor first touch, and it just gets taken off the baseline. Yeah, so JSW Soorma, originally they've set up 4 at the back, but they're rotating a player up the left-hand side, and one thing they're doing excellently, which they didn't do in the last game, is they are almost having one player in the D from the get-go, from the 16, and that's so important. It's just giving that stretch which they lacked in the last game.
They will hope that the first goal comes sooner rather than later, given that it's remained strangely elusive, because in each of their first 2 games their numbers have clearly been better than their opponents in terms of their circle penetrations, in terms of the chances they create. Sometimes the chances haven't been all that purposeful. Sakshi on the left now, trying to outwit and outmaneuver Jimena Sidres. Still with the ball. Ranchi Royals are making the JLW Soorma sweat it out.
Yeah, the Royals are really utilising their attack on the left-hand side there. As we see Salima Tete, she's going to be so important for her team, JSW Soorma, tonight. We spoke in the pre-match show about her speed and her skill, and she needs to find that space. But at the moment, it seems to be that Royals have more of the possession.
Chance here inside the circle, and they have a penalty corner. And Beauty Dung Dung
You want the referral? Okay, thank you.
earned a PC, but they will refer the decision.
Shivani,
Yes, Shachil.
I've given a penalty corner for a foot in the D, and the defensive team SOORMA are asking for no foot.
So we are looking for the foot inside the circle, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so that's a really clear question there. It's been blown by Rachel Williams as a foot, but JSW SOORMA saying no foot. So can't see one at the moment. It's an unfortunate kind of drag from the on the foot there, but that's not a foul. I can't see the ball actually hitting a foot at all here, so this could be a really good referral from JSW SOORMA. It can be difficult though. We saw in yesterday's game the team losing their referral within the first quarter, and that really not doing them any favours as the game continued.
These are the sort of referrals you take only when you're utterly convinced, and only when the player in question is brutally honest and makes a claim by virtue of that. We'll have another look at what exactly transpired. Perilously close, of course, to Shiori Oikawa.
Yeah, and it was Okawa who came over and spoke to the umpire and said, no, it didn't hit my foot, and that's the player who I think Rachel Williams thought it did hit, but
Rachel,
no, I
can
can
you
see
hear
this
me?
being overturned.
Yes, Shivani.
I have advice for you. It's not a foot, it's a glyph. So you can restart with bully, and you can restart with free hit, and team keeps their referral.
Thank you.
Exactly what you were on about, Nikki. A good referral early in the piece, not burning one, not making an indiscreet option.
Yeah, it is. So just to clarify here, they've been saying that it's a free hit, but actually, because there was no foul, a bully is what is given now. In the old rules, it would have been a free hit out. With the updated rules, it's now a bully because no team technically had possession of the ball, so it would be unfair to gift it to one.
I miss the days when a game of hockey would start with a bully, Nikki.
That's how I started my playing days, dating myself there.
Seriously putting yourself out there, and at a real risk of betraying your age.
And we can see here now the Ranchi Royals, they are three at the back, so you can see their pivot player passing the ball across, and that does allow them to kind of split their screens. So the screens are the two centre players in the pitch, and you want them on different heights. The reason for that being is then you allow your centre forward to go higher up the pitch, but you also make it more difficult for the defending team to mark you, because if they jump on, two players jump on one screen, they've got a free screen, and the ball can be played like first time touch higher up the pitch.
Ranchi Royals once again on the up and about. This time they overload the right. And Neha Goyal yet again demonstrating her creative chops.
Yeah, I love seeing Neha play. She's just so exciting. Sometimes you don't expect her to input such speed that she does, but it's just like a pocket rocket.
She's deceptively quick and agile, and also has exceptional ball carrier sense, if you will, in terms of finding the right person to pass the ball to.
Yeah, this is the play previously. Neha there, she's just trying to edge the ball along to find her teammates, to find a foot, but no, Cedras there was able to cut the ball out and put away a long corner.
And it's the right way to go, because they have a goal poacher in Beauty Dung Dung, who did mention rather refreshingly before the match. It's a refreshing contrast to sometimes, you know, very self-effacing players, where she just put it out there saying, I want to be known as a goal machine. I want to emerge as the highest goal scorer in the competition. It's great to see her put it out there.
Yeah, I love just the confidence as well to say, this is what, that's a beautiful one-touch pass from Penny Squibb. I love to see the confidence and this is what I'm going to achieve. And it's not arrogance, it's not anything that should be kind of sneered at. It's, look, I know I have this in me and I'm going to say it to the world.
Precisely, you hit the nail on the head, Nikki. She didn't come off as arrogant at all, far from it. It came across as a real expression of confidence, and that's exactly what the Hero Hockey India League has done to scores of young players across the country, where they rub shoulders with the likes of a Penny Squibb or an Olivia Shannon, and that gives them the confidence. In fact, a couple of the overseas professionals did mention that the Indian players are a lot more forthright. They are coming up with questions, they are not holding back, and even in terms of tactics, they provide a refreshing take on things.
And that's what it's all about, really. It's about, one, obviously showcasing this amazing sport and the talent that is on the pitch, but also allowing these players to experience hockey they never would beforehand, actually playing with and not against, as we see. Beautiful run in here, but it's Salima Tete on the ball, but she's being kept at bay. She's having to pass the ball round, and the space is just being shut down on that right-hand side. But a penalty corner has been given, and the reason that's been given was Beauty Dung Dung there. She's obstructed the player on the ball.
She was not in a playable distance to take the ball.
This is a really interesting point as well. So the reason the penalty corner has been given is because the foul was given, and Beauty Dung Dung, although she's running away from, so the foul's been given here. Now Beauty Dung Dung is moving away and she's saying she's not playing the ball, but she's within playing distance, and the umpire has said she's interfering with play. So you don't technically have to be 5 yards, you just cannot interfere with play. Beauty Dung Dung was said that she was, therefore penalty corner.
A chance now for JSW Surma to break the deadlock. It goes to the first battery. It's the first runner who has copped a blow, and it's gone off the deflection. Will they go for a referral? They haven't opted for it.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see that replay. I think if it had been later in the game and if it wasn't that the first quarter didn't want to lose their referral, they may have referred that just for high and danger. But yeah, the Royals just hurrying a bit, but now they've got the ball back, keeping possession. This is really smart play, not going for the counter-attack in that opportunity because JSW SOORMA had swarmed in the defence. Yeah, so it's a near castle injection there. Beautiful running out there from Lucia, and it hits her. It does hit her quite high, but the question would be under for interpretation of the umpire, so perhaps not risk it on a video referral. Beautiful there from Granato, intercepting it, running down the right-hand side. She doesn't have a lot of passing options, so she tries to do it herself, cuts in, then out. Really important, though. Wonderful tackle from Rana Shachki.
Sakshi Rana has been terrific in putting in the work, and we saw that from Beauty Dung Dung as well. She plays us forward, but does come all the way back. They are looking for a sliver of a chance there. But all they have is a long corner to show for, but the JSW Surma have been a little more purposeful in attack over the last couple of minutes.
They have. They've definitely come to today's game with a feistier attitude. Their ball pace is faster, their rotation through the back line is better. Beautiful there again from Squibb, taking the ball herself, and she's got strong cover, so she's turned the ball over, but the counter cover from her teammates means that even if Ranchi Royals do break, they aren't going to go straight to goal. This is their chance for SOORMA as the ball comes across. It's just intercepted. It's a really dangerous ball in, but it doesn't amount to anything.
A little over a minute and a half in this opening quarter, and we have a huge spread of hockey action over the next fortnight here in Ranchi, and for the next 3 weeks across Chennai and Bhubaneswar as well. For the men's edition of the Hero Hockey India League commences tomorrow in Chennai, and that promises to be another exciting tournament with 8 teams again vying for the title. And you can catch all the action live from Chennai as well as Ranchi, where the women's action too will be underway. The scrappy battle up front.
Yeah, Granata took that aerial down really well, played in, so you can see here, Granata does so well. That ball is so high above her head. They're looking for the short corner, but Baljit unable to get it on that time. JSW SOORMA are having a lot of benefit and a lot of positive outcomes when they go wide, so either down the left or the right. Ranchi Royals are doing a brilliant job at compressing the middle of the pitch. The ball across here into that danger area, strong mid tackle. What has that hit? They're asking. It has hit a foot. Granata there immediately on there.
If you want, you can take a referee, please. You want a referee?
They are going for a referral
I want single play.
at the stroke of the first quarter break.
So you're looking for the high ball. Shivani, can you hear me?
Yes, Rama, I can hear you.
I have given PC for the foot, but they are asking for the high ball. Can you please have a look?
So we are looking for the high ball, right?
Thank you.
So the on-pitch decision here was penalty corner. It's a beautiful little bobbled ball into the D. Granato's coming up. Now where does that hit? Yes, I think that's going to be called as high. Let me quantify that. It depends on whose stick it comes off of. If it comes off of Granato's stick onto Beauty Dung Dung and it's going above her knee, then it should not be a penalty corner. It'll be a free out. However, if Granato hits it and then it comes off Beauty Dung Dung's stick onto her own body, then technically the danger will have been created by Beauty Dung Dung and it will be a penalty corner. So this is so marginal here. We need to see who stick the ball comes off of last, and from this angle it looks like it comes off of Beauty Dung Dung and onto her own body. But again, this is one angle we're seeing. The video umpires have a lot more different angles from us and they are able to make the perfect decision. I think this is going to be really important as well, because there's only 11 seconds left in this quarter, so this would be a huge moment for either team. It just depends on, so we can see that it comes off of Beauty Dung Dung's stick, but then does Granato hit it again? So this might be a good angle to see. So yes, so the last touch comes off of Granato's stick, but actually it's onto Deepika. Excuse me, it comes off onto Deepika, and for me this is high play, danger, and should be a free out.
The video umpire getting another close look at the whole sequence of events. As is customary, you roll back and look at how the exact action unfolded chronologically, just trying to eliminate every possible option before the decision is adjudicated.
Rama?
Yes?
There is no clear reason to change your decision. It's a PC and team lose their referral.
Hold on, please, hold on, please. Hold on, please, guys.
And the on-field decision is upheld, and we saw
yeah, so they've actually changed the decision on pitch, and this is really wonderful to see. It's both umpires, because they will have been able to see the video replays on the giant screen, so they have changed their on-pitch decision. When they did award a penalty corner, obviously Arun and I were shaking my head slightly at you because I didn't agree with it. I agree with the on-field decision now, that was definitely danger and a free out.
which means that they would in fact keep their referral as an entertaining yet cagey opening quarter comes to an end Maria Granato is never short of a word or two, especially when it comes to engaging with the umpires. But at the end of quarter one, JSW Surma and Ranchi Royals are locked at 0-0. Yeah, Maria Granato has spent plenty of time talking to the umpires, perhaps a tad bit more than with her own teammates.
Yeah, what a first quarter this was. No goals, as to say, but Augustina Alpatario, she started the quarter really well. Went a little bit off the boil as the 15 minutes continued and allowed JSW Soorma into the game. Granato's definitely up for today. She's been playing like a drop centre forward role as opposed to the highest player, so she's been a link player for her team. And you can see that JSW Soorma have really worked together. They've decided how can we work and make this system more advantageous for us. And how they've done that is they've just added extra height to their team. So at the end of quarter one, it is 0-0. JSW Soorma have had double the circle penetrations that Ranchi Royals have had and double the corners as well. But no team has been able to get that elusive goal.
They will have to go back to the drawing board rather literally, and they will look for the inspirational presence of Savita Punia, who's returned from an injury and who also has a rich pedigree. They're playing hockey at the highest level for India for a number of years now. She has returned from an ankle surgery, but Maria Granato will once again be looked towards as JSW Surma still hunting for their first goal in the competition. Second quarter action is underway, and straight away Salima Tete sprints along the right. Known as the Indian Ferrari, really, Salima Tete has made herself incredibly useful, whether playing along the back line or the midfield or up front, as is her wont. Especially on the right, she's a formidable presence.
She is, and you can see as soon as she wins the foul, she wants to keep going. She wants to keep the momentum for her team. And that can be really great if you've got the space to do so. But if you're going into a crowded area, actually, it can be better to take a moment just to slow down and transition out. Be interesting to see what is beautiful from Neha. She is just phenomenal. Brought the ball down and then dinked it through the legs, but unfortunately then her next pass wasn't of the same calibre. It'll be interesting to know what the coaches said to their teams at half time, if they were changing any tactics, who was the most positive.
Looking for a late deflection inside. Penny Squibb was in business for just a tad bit.
Oh, that's unfortunate there. Yes, this ball is crashed in, as we'll see. Olivia Shannon hit it. It's very bouncing, and although the crowd did cheer slightly as not an attacking player touched it in the D, it does not count as a goal.
Just inches away from a contact, centimeters away from the very first goal for Surma in this competition. I truly believe that it could unlock their true potential for what it is. Sometimes it's almost as if you're flicking a switch. These little things can sometimes come back to haunt you. Oikawa trying to close her down on the left channel. And great defensive work as Jyoti Chhatri takes the ball up front.
Yeah, one thing I've been very impressed with JSW Soorma is their work rate back. They know that the Ranchi Royals are known for their counter-attack style hockey, and so whenever they lose the ball, they are sprinting back as fast as they can to cover the middle. Crash ball in, what a save. That is brilliant there in goal. Mumtaz there getting the deflection, but she cannot beat the goalie.
One of the subplots of this contest really has been the clash of the goalkeepers, both with extremely high pedigree, and we saw Bichu Devi Kharibam put on a show on that occasion. Hasn't had too much to do. In fact, it's Madhuri Kindo who has taken her place in Bichu Devi's stead, and a sharp save, and doing herself no disservice
Yeah, it's a beautiful ball through here. The space just opens up, and that's an amazing save. Ranchi Royals, they're going to be a little bit disappointed, though, at the space that was left in the middle of the D.
Also points to their priorities, really, given their ultra-aggressive approach with goals on the mind. We do indeed come across these things from Ranchi Royals, who have been predicted to win the match with a whopping 83%. Are you one of those?
I am. I did put my score prediction in as a 3-1 to the Royals. However, as you're very much aware, all of my predictions have been wrong thus far. The games have just been end-to-end action, and that's one of the things I love, that yes, we've got these predictions, we can go on all of our statistics as we do, we discuss prior to the games, but actually it's the players on the pitch who decide what's going to happen, and it's so up in the air.
That's one of the most fascinating aspects of this tournament, even as Neha Goyal pushes ahead, trying to find a couple of her teammates. Albertario, of course, was on the left prowling for an opportunity. Now it's over to JSW SOORMA. Olivia Shannon yet again on the left, putting in the work. Has been dispossessed this time. They have a number of players. They have quite a few players, in fact, Ranchi Royals, who have played for JSW SOORMA in the past, starting with Nikki Pradhan, of course, and Deepika Soreng.
Yeah, Agostina Alonso there. She started this attack and down on the right-hand side, and she's found herself in the top left corner, now moving into the middle. She's been really important in the Ranchi Royals, how they move from defence into attack. She looks to be really aggressive as that right half-back player, and then she steps up, intercepts, and she's got an explosive speed, and then looks to join the attack as well.
About 20-21 minutes in the match. We are still deadlocked at 0-0 apiece. Both the teams coming close to scoring, but not exactly making a dent. JSW SOORMA have once again given away the ball, looking for the circle entry now. Just pushed it a little off her radar. They still have a circle penetration. Ortiz with the cross. Savita Punya once again thwarts a challenge from the left.
Really good from Ortiz there. She was able just to put the ball into the danger area. And Savita did what you'd expect her to do and just parried the ball onto the baseline.
Some fascinating stories, of course, as always, emerge from the world of hockey. There is one such star in the making for Ranchi Royals. Beauty Dungdung hails from this part of the country.
Now this is the interception here. Ortiz running and then shooting really well with Abella there. And Abella, that's a really good pass across, just slow enough so that Ortiz can first time it across the goal.
Abella has been very proactive, marshalling the midfield in more ways than one, and that's been one of the hallmarks of Ranchi Royals as well, especially in their 5-0 win over the Swazi Bengal Tigers the other evening. Chance here, and will they open the scoring? Coming ever so close. Hannah Cotter seemed to have a sniff, as did Albela. Neither could eventually bury the ball into the backboard.
That was chaos inside of the circle there, but once again JSW SOORMA hanging on. They had the players behind the ball, they could create the confusion, and Ranchi Royals were not able to capitalize on that.
The real question is, would that come back to haunt the Ranchi Royals? Again looking to veer in from the right, but they do have a penalty corner for their trouble. Sarah Robertson is in absolute disbelief.
Hand inside.
What do you make of your former teammates' outrage there, Nikki?
I know how it feels when you're on the pitch, when you've got all of, that, how do I say this nicely, the passion running through your veins at that point. And so the reason being is, although the foul started, or the ball was played up in the air outside of the D, as Sarah Robertson came into the D, the ball hit her body or her arm, which therefore means it's a penalty corner.
Laltant Luangi is in batch 1, and she will go for the shot. Kept out the first time, and Albela takes the ricochet. They will have a retake of the penalty corner.
That was a fantastic save on the line, I think it was. Near castle injection comes through with the drag flick. Beautiful save there. So it's a re-award. Far castle this time. That's a misinjection. The ball comes, that is high, and that is going to sting. I think that's hit Nisha on the body. She's walking away a little bit gingerly, but she high-fives Savita. So as we come through here, this ball here, yeah. Oh, that is why you wear a face guard. It's so important. We saw a player getting a green card yesterday for refusing to wear one, and that's why it is a non-negotiable.
I agree, and it also brought the opponents back into the game yesterday. The SG Pipers were adrift by a couple of goals, and that led to 2 players sitting out. There was a yellow card already, and what a game that was. The very first shootout in this year's Hero Hockey India League. The circle penetration numbers should tell you the story. Little to choose between these two sides. Chance here now. They are looking for a PC of their own. They are going for the referral.
I want a single person, please. I want a single, please.
She pushed me. She pushed me. She pushed me, and then it's foot of her.
She pushed?
Both. Yes.
That's all. Shivani?
Yes, Shama.
Yeah, so the umpire's just going to talk to each other. I think there's a little bit of issue with being able to speak to the video umpires, so it's going to be the message delivered, and then it'll be Rachel Williams who will speak to the video umpire.
Shivani, Rama's comms don't work, but she's given a free hit to the defence, and we're looking for a push in the back on a player in possession for a penalty corner, please.
Okay, so we are looking for the pushing on backside, right?
Correct.
So a really clear question here. It's going to be Granato saying there is a push on her. I think when she goes to receive the ball here, is this a push? Now what's interesting is they've asked for the penalty corner. I have seen penalty strokes given for pushes in the D. So if this is given, it would be interesting to see actually what is given, because that looks like that is uncontrolled there from Chowdhury Ishika, and this could be upgraded even more so than a penalty corner into a stroke.
Very well could be, and Ishika in fact backed into Granato. Granato in fact made a claim on 2 counts, the push being the more grave of the 2 offences, and then she also claimed there was contact made with Ishika's foot as far as the ball is concerned. It looks like they do have a strong case, all right.
Yeah, I think it's clumsy from Ishika here. I think this is a really good video referral request, and I can see this being upgraded. Depends on though what it's going to be upgraded to. Yeah, because the one that comes to mind, I remember when Alex Danson-Bennett was playing and she received the ball. It was at Lee Valley in London, and she was pushed around the top of the D and a penalty stroke was given. Now there were other players in the D, but it was just deemed that the push was of a deliberate intention and a foul of the kind of level that does warrant a penalty stroke. So yeah, it'll be an interesting decision. I can see this being given at least as a penalty corner.
Rama, I have advice for you. It's a push by the defender. You can restart with the penalty corner and team keeps their referral.
If it's a push, should it not be a stroke? For a player on the ball? Intentional.
So, Rachel, so we are looking for ball position.
Yeah, so they've been talking here, and I love that Rachel Williams, she's heard the advice again, but she's going through the rules in her head, and 100% agree with her. A push in the D, which is intentional, or of that kind of level, it's a penalty stroke. So this is the correct decision.
Great call once again, Nikki. You spotted it first. Chance now for JSW Surma. The first goal still remains elusive. And it's a bit of a shocker. Penny Squibb, one of their drag flicking specialists, has yet again managed to be beaten. It was Madhuri Kindo.
Yeah, you can see what Squibb's trying to do here. She's trying to not move her body too much. Madhuri Kindo, though, reads it really well, sticks out that strong left kicker, and as you say, denies JSW Surma again.
Oh, this is bound to be incredibly frustrating if you're a JSW Surma fan or a player. Great work from Madhuri Kindo, no two ways about that, but there was a goal for the taking for JSW Surma. The opportunity was created, the umpire made the right call. Then Penny Squibb, with so much experience under her belt, was not able to beat the goalkeeper. And Madhuri Kindo, who did not start this match, in fact, it was Bichu Devi Kharibam. They are ostensibly swapping their goalkeepers out every quarter, but what a save.
It was a brilliant save there. And what JSW Surma needs to really try and maintain, and they'll look to the player on the ball, Salim Matete, is they need to be composed. There's a lot of passion right now. They're not getting the decisions they need to, but they're back in the D. The ball is hit across. What has it hit? It's hit a foot, so it's another penalty corner. This is fantastic from JSW Surma. They must be disappointed. Penny Squibb will be disappointed. She gets a hug as she goes to the top of the D with her teammates here. But they need to look to respond. The foot is hit there. Nea tries to keep playing, but she can't. That's 2 feet in the D. So can JSW Surma find that goal when they are asked again?
Well, it's come via another set piece. And can they make good on the promise? They have Manuela VR, one of their better drag flickers in the battery. Will it be her indeed? No, they go to the first battery. Again, not the cleanest halt. The follow-up wasn't the greatest either. Penny Squibb. Wonder what she was asking for there.
Yeah, Squibb didn't get the delivery that she wanted, but she's back high up the pitch, trying to back the ball in. And now a short corner has been given.
The PC is over. The PC is over. She cannot wear the PC mask. The PC is over.
Yeah, this is again really good from the umpires.
The PC gloves, she cannot wear.
They're talking to the players and saying the reason a penalty corner has been given is because the entirety of the penalty corner play has finished. Once that's finished, you are not permitted to wear short corner apparel, and they are. So the penalty corner is finished there. And now, because it's still being worn, a penalty corner has been given.
This is good officiating, and just to clarify, once the ball has rolled past the dotted line, it seemed to have ended the PC, but they have another crack at it. Penny Squibb this time goes all along the ground and yet again kept out. This is good defending, good goalkeeping again, as Deepika Sureng tries to get the ball out of a sticky spot.
Yeah, Madhuri Kindo there, she's doing so well. We see a much better injection near Castle, and she stepped over to the right-hand side. Yes, her weight is going slightly back, that's why we see the looping of the ball, but it was high but no danger.
Madhuri Kinda, of course, hails from Rourkela, a small village called Kado Bahal near Rourkela in Odisha. Took up hockey watching her older brother play the sport, and while he couldn't play for the country at the senior level, she hopes to realize his own dream. Madhuri Kinda, of course, has already been a part of the 2 India senior camps, comes from an economically underprivileged family as well. Father is a farmer. Like many a player from that part of the country in Rourkela and Odisha, she joined the Panposh Sports Hostel. Again, a cradle of Odisha hockey, if you will, has produced a number of international players in both the men's and the women's section.
Yeah, it's good to have those opportunities, so you may not, as you say, have the best economic status, but if there's a place where you can go, where you can meet like-minded people and get the coaching and the facilities that you need, and that's amazing to see throughout the country. JSW SOORMA at the moment, you know they're chasing the win, you know they're so anxious to get a goal of any sort, but rushing it a little bit. I think that they're a little bit anxious in how they're playing at the moment. On the other hand, Ranchi Royals, that they seem to be getting the ball into midfield really well, but they're doing actually what JSW SOORMA did in the last games. They aren't maintaining height from their forwards.
We've seen so often that once a team fluffs the opportunities, fluffs the lines, the other team scores against a run of play. Would we have a similar outcome with Ranchi Royals again on the up and about? And Tushar Khankar just exhorting his charges to fall back as JSW SOORMA look to mount a counter, but at the moment it's the Royals with the ball, and beautifully played up front to Sakshi Rana by Neha Goel. The latter was unable to trap.
And the Ranchi Royals need to make sure that they are working back really hard. They're not getting the calls. They weren't happy with the decision then. However, they need to make sure they work back, get their shape, and with only just over a minute left in this first half, they don't want to concede.
Again, making those square passes rather well, and chance beckons from the top of the circle. And they have a goal here. Just what we were mentioning a little while earlier. Comes against a run of play. It's Rutuja Pissel, who produced the critical goal in the final the previous edition, has opened the scoring for the Royals in the very last minute of the opening half.
Yeah, such beautiful play. Eyes up hockey. It's Alonso who delivers this ball, and look at that sweet touch. Absolutely stunning. And Rutuja Pisal, you can't get any better than that. Just look at the positioning of her stick. The end of her stick is pointing towards the goal. That's why it glides as though effortlessly into the back of the net and beats Savita.
This is what Rutuja Pisal is known for. She is a goal poacher. This is what she does, and a credit to Alonso for setting it up. And look at how the girl from Maharashtra celebrates. It comes from the Kolki village in Satara district. Was spotted by a former volleyball player, ironically, at school, who urged her to attend an athletics camp. And even as we speak, Neha Goel is once again scanning the pitch up front. There was a clumsy challenge, if you will. She is going up. Potential referral is on the cards. Yes, indeed, for the push.
Shivani.
Yes, Rachel.
I have given a free hit for a push by a SOORMA player on a Royals player, and they're looking for an intentional push and therefore a penalty corner, please.
So we are looking for the intentionally push inside 23-meter area.
Yep.
Yeah, so Squib versus Neha here. Does Squib get the ball? She doesn't, and that's the important bit you can see in this replay. Squib's right arm is not, or hand is not on the stick. It's on the stick here, but as Neha comes into her, her right hand leaves her stick, and you can actually see a pushing movement there, which is why Neha goes over. So because the foul happened outside of the D, but inside the attacking 25, it can be upgraded to a penalty corner, but not a stroke.
That's spot on, Nikki. And with just 13 seconds left on the clock, this could prove crucial. But do you understand what Penny Squib was going for? She took one for the team. It was a technical foul, if you will. Just wanted to stop Neha in her tracks.
Rachel?
Yes.
I have advice for you. It's intentionally pushed by the defender, so you can restart with PC and team keeps their referee.
Thank you.
So I think that's the right decision there. The question can also be, could this be a card? And with the level of intention, a card can come with that.
I, for one thing, Nikki, she got away light on that occasion. Personally, I thought it merited at least a green card. But anyway, Lucina van der Heide is in the first battery alongside Maria Ortiz.
Yeah, and it's interesting as well, because technically if it was going to be a card, it could only be a yellow card. You can't give a green, so I think that's where you think, oh, is it worth 5 minutes, or is a penalty corner just enough? So as we show here, it's the Farcaster injection. It's a hit. That's really brave, strong #1 running, and a re-award for that tackle on Alonso there.
It looked like Neha was the one with the shot. Yeah, just veering out a little bit with the injection. Didn't find the desired marker, but they have another crack. Possibly the last piece of action in the opening half. Will they go to Lucina once again in the first battery? They in fact go to Neha again, who plays it back to Lucina. It's a rather clumsy attempt, and JSW Surma will stave off the danger, but will still go into half-time with a deficit of a goal. Could have easily been the other way around, but JSW Surma could not bury a penalty stroke. This was the last piece of action in the opening half. Neha once again with the ball, but playing it back to Lucina. It just trickled through rather slowly. But it's been a productive opening half for the Ranchi Royals. A frustrating one, another frustrating opening half for JSW Surma Hockey Club, in which they continue to trail. It's JSW Surma 0, Ranchi Royals 1 at halftime.
हेलो, आई एम नवनीत कौर। मैं दिल्ली एफसी राइटर्स की कैप्टन हूँ और मैं एज ए स्ट्राइकर खेलती हूँ। और एचएल के लिए कि एक अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है हमारे लिए, हमारे यंगस्टर्स के लिए, कि उन्हें एक इंटरनेशनल लेवल का कंपटीशन खेलने को मिल रहा है। लास्ट सीजन जब हम खेले थे तो हमें आइडिया नहीं था कि लीग कैसे होती है, क्योंकि फर्स्ट टाइम खेल रहे थे, और इस बार हमें अच्छे से आइडिया है कि कैसे लीग्स का सिस्टम चलता है। हाँ, बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ, बहुत टाइम से वेट कर रहे थे लास्ट सीजन के बाद। प्लीज़ ज़रूर हमारा एचएल देखिए। अगर आप यहाँ स्टेडियम में आके देख सकते हैं तो वो और भी अच्छा है, और अगर आप टीवी पे देख रहे हैं तो देखें और हमारी टीम को चेयर करें।
Hello, I'm Nora Bout from the Netherlands, and I play as a midfielder. It's my first time playing for the Strachi Bengal Tigers, and I'm very excited for the tournament and for the franchise and for everything in this country. I started hockey at 5 years old, so a very young age. Going to the Hockey India League is a big transition, but it's really cool to play with the Indian players. I'm really excited to start the tournament. And then we'll see how it goes, but I think the atmosphere will be very cool, and I'm really excited to play. My parents are here, so they are going to watch in the stadium, so that's really cool. Be passionate about the game, work hard, and then you'll come like at this stage.
मेरा नाम ब्यूटी डुंगडुंग है और मैं स्ट्राइकर खेलती हूँ। मैं चाहती हूँ कि मुझे दुनिया गोल मशीन के नाम पे जाने। मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा गोल करूँ रांची रॉयल्स के लिए और मुझे प्लेयर ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट मिले। आप एक मैच हारते हो ना तो आपको पता लग जाता है कि आप गलती कहाँ पे कर रहे हो। हमारा ये था कि हम अपना बेस्ट देंगे। जो गोल स्कोरर किया 5 गोल, हमें बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी हुई कि हमने गोल किया। हमारे लिए भी टफ है, उनके लिए भी टफ है ओबियसली खेलना, क्योंकि वो 2 मैच हार चुके हैं और हम 1 लूज़ किए 1 जीते हैं। तो हमें तो जीतना ही है। माइंडसेट तो यही रहेगा कि हमने और ऊपर जाना है, हमें नीचे नहीं आना है। तो हमें अपना लेवल अप करना है।
Welcome back once again to the Hero Hockey India League 2025-2026, and we have had an intriguing tactical tussle between the Ranchi Royals and the JSW SOORMA Hockey Club. JSW SOORMA yet to score a goal in the competition. They missed out on a penalty stroke, but Ranchi Royals, thanks to a late strike from Rutuja Pisal in the back end of the opening half, in fact in the very last minute, have put themselves ahead in the competition. At the moment, they are being matched toe-to-toe. JSW SOORMA were not bereft of opportunities, as the highlights would suggest. Madhuri Kindo, of course, was excellent for the Royals, as was Bichu Devi Karibam in the opening quarter. And there was a marked difference in how the Ranchi Royals played the 2 quarters. They were a lot more aggressive in the first quarter, but it was in the second piece that they were challenged quite a bit. But JSW SOORMA, once they got onto the front foot, they weren't short of opportunities. This one was a golden chance for Penny Squibb, but Madhuri Kindo did a stellar job in keeping that out. Ranchi Royals continue to defend deep, but also with a lot of solidity. There was another penalty corner that came the way of JSW SOORMA. Yet another occasion where Madhuri Kindo rose up to the challenge. But in the meantime, Ranchi Royals scored against the run of play. Augustina Alonso producing a blistering hit from the top of the D, and Rutuja Pisal making a crisp deflection at the end. This was the last piece of action in the opening half, where a penalty corner was awarded to the Ranchi Royals, who made a proper meal of it. But nevertheless, they are in the lead, and this is, in a manner of speaking, a very, very important game for the JSW SOORMA Hockey Club, especially for what you see on the picture. They haven't won a single game yet. Ranchi Royals, of course, are coming on the heels of a final win over Shrachi Bengal Tigers and would want to continue in much the same vein. There have been a number of fine goals in the tournament. Augustina Gozalani leads the list with 3 crisp goals. Navneet Kaur, of course, has 1 goal via a penalty corner, 1 via an open goal. Lucina Wande Haide is also in the list, and there are 2 Pipers representatives as well. Tushar Khankar, of course, spoke a little while ago. Let's have a listen to what he had to say.
I've got with me the head coach of Ranchi Royals, Tushar Khankar. Tushar, second quarter के अंतिम moments में जो goal आया उसकी वजह से काफी confidence boost हुआ होगा players का going into the second half.
Yeah, of course, but at the same time there is another 30 minutes out there. What we wanted, we couldn't do it much, to be very honest. Although also we got the goal, but still there are 30 minutes and we are really looking forward for it. Let's see how it goes.
Thank you so much and all the best.
Well, Tushar Khankar is, of course, a man in a bit of a hurry, and of course he would know that a 1-0 lead is not the one that you sit comfortably upon, and it's great to see people of all ages come here, flock to the Marangom K. Jayapal Singh Munda Astroturf Stadium and support this glorious game that's so intertwined with India's culture and tradition. And no doubt a number of these young men and women will hopefully go on to be inspired and take up the sport. It's pretty much been in the DNA of Jharkhand. You find a number of greats. Sylvanus Dung, who was part of the last Indian men's team to have won an Olympic gold under the captaincy of Vasudevan Bhaskaran in 1980 in Moscow, is of course someone who hails from this region, and a number of young players have come through the system as well. Sangeeta Kumari, Salima Tete, and of course Beauty Dung. They have all been products of Pratima Barva, a notable coach from this region who's produced many an international apart from the aforementioned names. JSW Surma Hockey Club do indeed have their task cut out. The Ranchi Royals are happy in delighting their home crowd with a 1-0 performance at halftime. Let's have a listen to what Jude Menezes has to say about the match so far.
Accompanied by Jude Menezes, head coach, JSW Surma Hockey Club. Now, coach, frustration in front of goal continues. What needs to change in the second half to start converting those chances?
Yeah, we still got to keep trying till it falls. I think we're just we've still got 2 good quarters in us, and I have full belief in the team that we can get it from here. So yeah, 2 more quarters to go.
30 more minutes to go. Thank you so much for talking to us, and all the best.
30 minutes. That's going to be uppermost in the mind of Jude Menezes. It's good to see him maintain an optimistic note, and that is really a part of the job description as well. They were runners-up the previous occasion. They went down in a close tussle to the Odisha Warriors last year, but this season has been chastening thus far. It is really the nature of the beast. The Ranchi Royals, of course, will do better than to remain complacent. The second half action is indeed underway, as Ranchi Royals will want to build on their 1-0 advantage, and JSW Surma Hockey Club will be desperate to clamber back into the action. In the commentary box, this is Arun Venugopal, and I have alongside me Nikki Lloyd, who's suitably recharged after a cuppa. Welcome back, Nikki.
Thanks very much. Yes, needed something warm at halftime. The temperatures definitely dropping, but the way that JSW Surma have started this first half, you know they are up for this. They are going to bring everything they have into this game. Beautiful first time touch. Granato got a moment on it, but it wasn't enough. Wonderful skill, as we see, taken out of the back line. Backhand crossing shot as we're passing from Albertario as well. To do that with such skill is very difficult. This is what happened here. We can see just Granato not getting enough on it, and Lucia even from Ranchi Royals coming away. She has been brilliant in this game and the last. She got 2 goals in the last game. A real defender turned into attacker.
I liked what Jude Menezes, the JLW Surma coach, had to say. He did mention that they have to keep trying and trying and trying till they finally have the goal. At the moment, it seems like a bit of a mirage in the desert, really, the goal. It's almost like it's within their grasp, but yet so elusive.
It is, and we just saw absolutely beautiful skill a moment ago from Ranchi Royals, just trying to get out of any danger, but JSW Surma have the shot. They have it on target, but it's a great save again, and it is Bichu Devi who's back in goal for this third quarter.
I think it was Olivia Shannon, in fact, from the left, who went for the shot. The backhander wasn't the worst idea, really, and there is a bit of a scramble in a very chaotic D. Ranchi Royals are defending desperately, not yet entirely out of the woods. Now they shall. Look to press ahead with Sangeeta Kumari, the local hero, and also a forward who will want to get amongst the goals.
This was the play coming through. It's beautiful. Olivia Shannon on the left-hand side taking that reverse shot. But it was the unstoppable Bishu Devi in goal denying her. But this will be good for JSW SOORMA. Their coach will be happier. They were getting a little bit too riled up at the end of the second quarter, but they seem to have settled. They seem to be mounting more tactical attacks.
They certainly have the quality both at the domestic level and also with some of the international personnel they've got. The counterpoint to that would be that it's impossible to replace the likes of Charlotte Englebert or Charlotte Stapenhorst and Maria Verschoor. But they still have plenty of quality in Olivia Shannon, Shihori Oikawa, Penny Squibb. They have to pull their weight really before the going gets even tougher. Yet to score a goal in the competition, but they have in fact conceded only 3 goals, only a goal each every game thus far.
Yeah, it's been so tight because actually defensively they are really strong and attacking going forward. Now that they've solved their spacing issue that they had, I want to say they're almost the complete team because they're creating these opportunities. But that's a slap shot there coming in on the bounce, but danger called. So there's nothing dangerous about that initial shot. Yes, it was in the air, but the trajectory of it wasn't dangerous. Squibb brings the ball in here. It's a mistouch, but then Shannon gets onto that, and it's then after it goes into another player and deflects up that it is called as danger.
We saw Baljeet Kaur on that occasion. She will look to win the ball higher up the pitch. And when she does that, we know she can be incredibly dangerous. And that's exactly what Jimena Cedres was trying to do as well. To try and win the ball and play it back to Baljeet Kaur. And you can see, Nikki, that JSW SOORMA are pressing higher up the pitch.
They are, and what's interesting is the Ranchi Royals have changed their outletting tactics. They were in the first half 3 at the back, 4 in midfield, and there when they were just on the outlet they were 4 through the back. So they're setting slightly more defensively. They know that JSW SOORMA are going to be really going at them, putting a high press on them, looking for those counter-attacking opportunities, and with 4 at the back you just have that slightly extra bit of cover.
Giving the ball away on that occasion, Neha Goel scans the pitch, plays it across to the right circle entry, and it's off the post. Was a terrific strike from Maria Ortiz. She's still with the ball. And what a shot, unfortunately for Ranchi Royals, unfortunately for JSW SOORMA. That was a goal that unfortunately wasn't to be.
No, but Neha involved again as she was in the setup for the first goal as well. Beautiful skill, just a slight left to right drag that left the defender looking like a cone. Then passes the ball across. Ortiz takes that back foot shot. She doesn't have to hit it as hard, which she shows beautifully, almost placing it, but the post denying her in that opportunity.
Tushar Khankar knows how close that was. Baljeet Kaur yet again in the thick of things for JSW SOORMA. They will have to compose themselves as high and as vigorously as they are pressing ahead. They would want to ensure they do not leave too much space in the midfield. Ranchi Royals, like you rightly mentioned, are a little more compact now in the back. And is that a tactic that you agree with? Reverting to an earlier tactic of a 4-member backline?
I think it's good to change. I think when you know your opposition is likely to change as well because they have to chase that lead, actually you changing as well can be of benefit. You don't want to stick with the same because they may have changed their tactics that are going to work brilliantly against the 3 at the back. And if you change, it might not work as well.
Fair to say it's been an intriguing tactical tussle between two very well stacked up teams. They have done their work at the auctions, both these teams respectively. have acquired the personal they want. Now again, another entry from the left. Looking for an opening on that occasion was Sarah Robertson.
And the umpire's just blowing the whistle to say that you must make a solid attempt to stop the ball. It shouldn't be rolling. And the ball has to travel 5 yards before it goes in to the attacking D. Yeah, Sarah Robertson on the ball there, just tussling alongside her teammate Granato. They've maintained possession. It's a sideline, but it's a really crowded area. Beautiful pick there, really difficult to do in the air. Small passing triangles, that's what you want. You almost want to, if you're in that defensive area there, as you see Sophia do so well, is you want to show the ball, get the defending team to put a jab tackle in, and then you win possession. You can slow the tempo down and put your unit where you need to.
Beauty Dung Dung trying to get hold of the ball. Puts the ball away to the left. Gets the ball back. Not entirely, as Maria Granato yet again finds space.
Yeah, they tried to, Royals tried to go through the middle of the pitch, but as I've said previously, one thing I've been impressed with JSW SOORMA is when they lose the ball, they protect the middle of the pitch, the most dangerous area there. So they're only allowing you to go down the sides, and Royals really need to see that and not force the ball. Little midfield masterclass going on there as well. Nisha showcasing what she can do.
You almost detect a slight sense of panic in the Ranchi Royals as well. From the start of this third quarter, JSW SOORMA have been pressing higher and higher up the pitch. And they've also been winning the balls better in midfield and in the final third.
They have, and although just saw Ranchi Royals try and move ahead, they had 3 players close together because they're defending so deep and getting everyone back. It makes it very difficult then to launch a counter-attack over 3/4 of the length of the pitch when all of your players are either flat with you or behind you.
So one of the challenges for support staff is to find the right rotations, because we do note and we do come across players who do not want to be taken off the pitch. And while that is an admirable trait in itself, how do you strike a balance between understanding what is best for the team and also taking a punt on the players' instincts on the pitch?
So my personal opinion on this is quite blunt. You cannot play a full game of hockey. At this level, it's absolutely impossible to be at your absolute best physically and also, more importantly, mentally. You can't be switched on for a whole 60 minutes in the game. So we look for rotations. Normally, that's beautiful skill there from Alonso again, but she does slightly too much, gets the foul anyway. For the back line, you'll normally see a rotation around about 10, 12, 16 minutes, depending on how many players you have in your back line. The midfield is about 9 minutes as a max. Sometimes you do see 12. And the forward line, you can see 3 to 6 minute rotations max, because it is just end-to-end sprinting.
We are witness to some more sprinting there, but she is being pushed further along the left channel. And this was a good piece of defending from the Ranchi Royals, who make a brilliant slap across the pitch. And it's Albertario who has the ball, and there is the crowd that's ripe with excitement. I beg your pardon, but no harm done.
Yeah, Augustina Albertario there, she had the ball and there were no wide leads, so she had to try and fire that into the congested area. And we've already said JSW SOORMA compact that area so well. You need that unselfish lead from someone who's higher up the pitch. That's either going to drag a defender and open up the space, or the defender will leave, keep their space in the middle, and you'll have a free pass.
Rutuja trying to run behind the defense on that occasion. And safe to say that the crowd over this past week has enjoyed a brilliant brand of hockey, most notably the shootout yesterday. And tomorrow the men's edition of the Hero Hockey India League is all set to begin in Chennai with the runners-up last year, Hyderabad Tufans, taking on the host, the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. Maria Granato again trying to go for the backhander, not getting the cleanest connection.
Yeah, Granato, she's a player that throws herself at everything. This was like a half-chance shot that she had. You can see her legs are a little bit tired. She thinks it should have been a long corner. It was given as a free out. But she's a player who, as the game goes on, JSW SOORMA will look to her to create the magic they need.
We are nearing the end of the third quarter and something's got to give. JSW SOORMA, you can sense the urgency in their ranks. They have been better for the most part of this third quarter, save for that lone attempt from the Ranchi Royals that found the post.
And I'd agree with you there. Their kind of intensity and working as a team has been better. For me, the Ranchi Royals have gone a little bit individualistic and they've lacked the off-ball movement that they showed in the first half. But you see heavy press here, working in three, so one putting pressure on and one actually going to win the ball. That's really smart.
Albertario has done well to breach the defenders, goes for a one-on-one, desperately staved off. They still have the ball, goes for the tomahawk there. Augustina Alonso could not find the shot on target, just ballooned way over the bar.
Albertario here, look, one-handed dink across and then goes for the one-handed shot as well. She's obviously got really long levers there. And then Alonso unable to get that shot away, took it into a really crowded area. It's moments like that, then you can hear the crowd, you get really loud, but you need to remain calm. In the D, when it's that busy, look for a foot.
That's really one-on-one Rania's beauty. Dung Dung tries for the cross. Neha goes for the reverse, finds a foot inside the circle. Granato came into contact. She will, of course, check with the umpire on dangerous play. Neha is a little sheepish because she knows that wasn't entirely intended, but they have the desired result.
Yeah, but again, it's Neha. We've seen her. She's everywhere there. Yes, the ball was going off target. Yes, you see her just give a little bit of a wry smile and pat on her head, but because the ball wasn't dangerous, it can hit a foot and be given as a penalty corner. So perhaps slightly fortunate for the Royals, but they will take everything they can get.
They have another chance and they are going with Plonison this time. With just 2 seconds on the clock, could be the last piece of action. And not the cleanest halt. That would very much be that in all likelihood. And yes, another quarter peters out with no goal being scored. And Ranchi Royals, by virtue of that first goal, are still in the lead. Not the cleanest halt from Neha on that occasion. Alonso going for a desperate attempt right at the end, but at the end of quarter 3, Ranchi Royals preserved their 1-0 lead over JSW SOORMA.
So the coaches have 2 minutes to talk to their players, and that gives us just about enough time to go over what happened in the third quarter of this game. No goals to speak of, but so many shots on target. Bishu Devi was called in to ask so many times for the Royals, and the Royals on the attack, hitting the post, and beautiful skill from Alonso. And also Lucina von der Hey, she has been instrumental going forward. And then it was the player of the match from the previous game, and the woman who celebrated her birthday yesterday. It was Albertario, that one-handed dink skill twice, showcasing a missed trap right on the end of the third quarter hooter. allowed for a shot, but it was a little bit rushed, not what the Ranchi Royals needed. As both goalkeepers know, this next 15 minutes is going to be so important. They need to be on their game for their team. Happiness in the crowd though, smiling, dancing non-stop, which you love to see.
Indeed, it's a truly wonderful festival of hockey. An extravaganza over the better part of this month. JSW SOORMA Hockey Club have about 15 minutes to not just restore parity but somehow find a way to inch ahead. Can they do that, or will Ranchi Royals secure their second win on the bounce?
I think that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What is going to happen? Ranchi Royals have changed again, so last quarter they were a back four, now they're back to a back three. So really good to see the fluidity that these teams play with, because it just makes it really difficult in midfield. Who am I marking? What am I doing? Running with the ball here, unable to do anything of value there. And we see JSW SOORMA on the breakaway. Olivia Shannon there. You can see how much she's willing her legs just to move that little bit faster to get the ball across, but going through a back stick, hitting Rutuja Pissel, and a free hit was given. And then yeah, another kind of blasted shot across Jyoti there, trying to give the champagne pass, we would call it, when the easier option was on and maybe the better one.
Yes, sometimes you do try and afford yourself the more showy option. For Jude Menezes, at the moment, it wouldn't matter how they come as long as they do indeed come. It's been a long, arduous wait for the opening goal.
It has, and they need to not get frustrated. They need to keep going through their processes, but Ranchi Royals doing everything they can, getting the ball to Neha. She is going to be so important in this last 15 minutes. Hannah Cotter as well, letting the ball just run away from her though.
We haven't seen too much of Hannah Cotter today, although she's been terrific for the Royals across the competition. Hails from Hawke's Bay in New Zealand, has worked a lot with Jude Menezes, in fact, the coach of JSW SOORMA in the past.
She did, and she scored the first goal for the Ranchi Royals in their campaign, and I love the celebration, her team putting an imaginary crown on her head. And it's just, when you see the celebrations like that, these teams haven't actually been together for all that long, but you can see already kind of the community and the friendships they've built.
What was your favorite celebration during your playing days?
I didn't really have one. I normally just kind of ran with a smile on my face.
Chance here for JSW SOORMA, very quickly snuffed out. Nikki, you really did miss out on an opportunity to patent that.
I know, I think I'll have to start playing again and really think about how I will celebrate all these goals I'll score. But yeah, Granata, they're throwing herself once again at the ball in that replay. Salima Teta, the captain, trying to get it on target, but last ditch, really important, brave defending there from the Royals.
Brave indeed is the word, and Ranchi Royals have ensured that they've stifled the attack. They've not given Salima Tete the space that she so dearly loves. And every time they've had a counter-attacking opportunity like that one, they haven't pulled any punches, even as Agustina Alonso tries to make the right pass, not to be JSW with the recycle.
Yeah, you could see what Avatara was trying to do there. She wanted the wider pass option, but just didn't communicate that well enough with her team. I think she was trying to find Sangeeta, and Sangeeta was holding that middle of the pitch and then was a bit too high. But you see this hunting in numbers that Ranchi Royals have done so well. They're allowing the JSW SOORMA backline to pass the ball around, but when it goes into the middle of the pitch, that danger area, there's immediate pressure and numbers up, and then they're able to clear the ball. With Alonso then coming through. She has been a really important, strong player for her team. And then Lucia there coming through, finding the ball. But a bit of a trip and a foul on Sangeeta Kumari there. She gingerly gets up to her feet.
One of the other things that's also puzzled me is that JSW SOORMA haven't found the goals through someone like Sonam, for example, who was so good for them. Was the highest goal scorer in the competition last year, one of the more illustrious youngsters.
It does beg the question though as well. We know all the players on this pitch are such a high caliber of such, but just because you have some of the best players, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're all going to gel together. You want the players that work best together, that buy into the tactics. Then you'll normally will get the win and the positive outcomes. And at the moment, that seems to be just the Ranchi Royals.
Baljeet Kaur has to make the step up. She has done so in the past. Ranchi Royals are doing really well, have been efficient, not just in the defense, but also in the outletting, just like that. Sophia Dane again has spent the better part of this game on the bench, now getting a run out. And it is a good thing for the Royals to blood in fresher legs on the pitch. Just try and give the players with a lot more workload a bit of rest.
And that's why the rotations are so important. And when you're called, it's difficult though, because you may be on the opposite side of the pitch. And Sonam there, she's taking her break there, but yeah, you might be on the opposite side of the pitch, so you're trying to call your player off, but it's not the right time to come off, which means then you're on the pitch longer than you need to be. The player who's waiting to come on can get a bit cold, their legs can seize up a little bit, so it's really difficult. It's a bit of a puzzle sometimes.
And that's where they've been found wanting. They haven't got the goals come from either Sonam, the lady who was responsible for the most number of goals for the team last year. Even someone like an Olivia Shannon, again a player that has worked extensively with Jude Menezes while he was part of the coaching setup with the Black Sticks in New Zealand. They have been relying heavily on her to make a dent, and she is an improved player. And even as we speak, it's another attack that's emerged from Albertario. Quickly intercepted from Oikawa. Now it's Augustina. Alonso trying to go for that slap shot. Savita making quick work of it. Granato was picked up for 34 lakhs at the auction. So surely at some point the pressure of the price tag will also rear its head up.
Yeah, will do. I think she is starting to feel the pressure a little bit. You can see her really throwing herself at every single shot she can get herself out. One player who's remained very calm, the woman who's just passed the ball on, Lucia von der Heide. She's been brilliant for her team in the last game and this one also. But as the Royals start to mount their attack, they need a closer passing option there. Sangeeta Kumari has to find someone to pass to, but she isn't able to. Now the next question, Arun, with just under 6.5 minutes left. SOORMA, JSW SOORMA losing 1-0. Do you pull your goalkeeper?
Oh, there is a chance, and there is another goal. And that's just insult to injury with Ranchi Royals going up ahead with another goal. And it's again come against a run of play. Sakshi Rana, one of their illustrious young players, coming to the party, and her compatriots give her the royal salute as another Ranchi Royals player finds herself in the goal.
That is an absolute rocket. Oh my gosh. Take a bow, Saskia Rana. She takes the ball with one touch, and then as the ball rolls from her back to her front foot, unleashes that shot over the right shoulder of Savita in goal. And you're asking about celebrations. I'm quite happy with that one. Look, arms up, hands up, huge smiles.
That's a very well rehearsed routine as well. The celebration, and fittingly goes to Sakshi Rana, who's been one of the impressive standout junior players who have made that transition to the senior setup. And in regards to the question you asked Nikki a little while earlier, well, I don't think SOORMA have a choice. They have to pull the goalkeeper, which they have in fact at the moment. Savita Punia has been taken off. JSW SOORMA are now playing with 11 outfield players. There's no one to helm the goal, but they need a couple of goals in fact.
Yeah, it's a big ask for them as we see the goal scorer there. I mean, I just can't go over Saskia Rana. That goal was out of this world. But as you correctly said, Arun, now that Savita, we can see, has left her goal. It's an empty goal. However, JSW SOORMA have an extra player, which means on the attack, they'll be able to have always a 2-on-1, and on the defense, they can always put 2 players to the ball. It's not going to be easy. The legs are going to start to get tired. The frustrations are going to build. It's a lot to ask, but they've got the talent on the pitch to do it.
Sakshi Rana, the latest goal scorer for Ranchi Royals, which made her senior team debut at the international level only last year, and it came in a losing cause against Spain, but she had a day to remember with a stunning goal, in fact, a stunning field goal, much like what we saw a little while earlier. As JSW SOORMA make their way inside the circle, the Ranchi Royals defender, and on that occasion it was the captain Nikki Pradhan doing her bit to avoid the ball trickling onto her feet.
Nikki Pradhan there, that's experience down to a T. You can see here the last touch is coming off of the defender, and she just lets the ball go. She has 3 players around her. Such a smart thing to do. There's the goal scorer, Sakshi Rana. I mean, she can take a break, I think, after scoring a goal like that.
She's put in a tremendous amount of effort. The work rate has been spectacular as well. So was the goal. That was really the cherry on top, as Nikki Pradhan tracks all the way up ahead, linking up with the attack on the right. It's the Ranchi Royals all the way now, making capital of the momentum that they have. Nice 3D skills, exceptional 3D skills. Will go for the shot, but all that fancy effort doesn't yield the right rewards for Sangeeta Kumari.
A wonderful 3D skill there. We saw something similar in yesterday's game. Unfortunately, the outcome wasn't up to the same level as the skill to get her there, but look at that, beautifully guiding. You can see also, you see it perfectly in slow motion, just moving her stick kind of left to right, tilting it, and that is so difficult to do, but Sangeeta's got the skill.
Just a reminder of the background, the arduous economic conditions that these players have had to battle. Many, like Sangeeta Kumari, have had to train with bamboo sticks, even as SOORMA make another entry. Will this incursion lead to a late goal now? Some 3D skills on display from the SOORMA front have been quickly thwarted. Shannon with the recycle.
Quannison there, she's been a little bit quiet, but I'll tell you one person who hasn't been, Neha on the ball, intercepting again, driving through, just giving a few seconds to her team, but she was frustrated because the last touch, the last pass wasn't accurate, but Neha has been everywhere tonight.
Savita Punia as well as Nidhi, the reserve goalkeeper, both these women will have to remain content with watching the game from the sidelines for the remainder of this fixture, even as another brilliant run comes by way of Sakshi Rana. Tries to play Beauty Tungdung inside the circle, Penny Squibb with the late retrieve. Sakshi Rana has been brilliant all through the evening as well. And not just that blistering strike that led to the Royals' second goal. Look at that. Eyes up hockey. Tries to find Beauty Dungdung in front of goal, in flanked as she was by two defenders.
Yeah, now you can see as the clock ticks down, just over 90 seconds left. The Royals will try and win the ball, slow it down when they have the opportunity. And when they do get the ball, you won't always see them try and drive towards the goal, even though it is an empty goal. Savita has been taken off to give JSW SOORMA that extra on-field player. What you'll see them do is just try and take the ball to the corner and run the clock down. Granato not happy with another decision. She wants to use the referral, which she will.
Shivani.
Rachel.
I have given a long corner and SOORMA are asking for a penalty corner for intentionally off the baseline.
So we are looking for the intentionally backline play, right?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
We are looking for the intentionally backline play.
Yes.
The question is fairly straightforward. It's for intentionally pushing the ball behind the line.
I think there's a good shout for this actually. Alonso, you can see that movement of her stick. She's not just trying to put the tackle in, she's actually sweeping the ball. For me, this is a good referral and I would upgrade it to a penalty corner.
They certainly have a case late in the piece.
Rachel, I have advice for you. It's intentionally play for the back line. You can restart with penalty corner and team keeps their referee.
Thank you.
So JSW SOORMA, could this just be a consolation or could they mount one of the best comebacks of this tournament so far? Either way, this is really important for them. They've had 4 penalty corners to the Ranchi Royals 6 and they haven't managed to put any of them in the back of the goal. However, Penny Squibb, she is on the near castle and Akawawa is on the second.
Could this be a late goal here for Team SOORMA that keeps them in the hunt? It goes to Penny Squibb. It's a good strike. Yet again kept out. And one of their unheralded heroes today have been the goalkeepers, really. Both the Bichu Devi as well as Madhuri Kindo have done a stellar job in keeping a clean sheet.
And you could see Bichu Devi, as soon as she made that save, both her arms were in the air. She was cheering for her team, saying how proud she was. It wasn't the best penalty corner. It was quite central from Penny Squibb. We'll see here. The ball is injected to the near castle. It comes through. They're looking for that deflection. That's why it was central. Granato was diving in, but the connection just wasn't there.
And there's the younger goalkeeper cheering on her senior compatriot, Bichu Devi Karibam, an absolute veteran with the Indian senior team, as the Royals have all but completed another victory, the second on the trot. And it will be the Ranchi Royals once again with the victory. A 2-0 win over JSW SOORMA Hockey Club, who registered their 3rd defeat on the trot and are as yet goalless in the competition. But what a display by the Ranchi Royals. They showed serious pluck and clutch play when it mattered the most. And there were 2 sublime goals as well that contributed to their victory. The goalkeepers were terrific as ever. Neha, let's not forget the role she had to play. She was the architect in the midfield, making the play ever so often for Ranchi Royals. Sakshi Rana produced a blistering strike. Sakshi Rana was part of the Indian junior women's team that clinched gold at the Junior Asia Cup last year. Now she's making a name for herself at the senior level. At full time, it's the Ranchi Royals 2, defeating the JSW SOORMA Hockey Club 0. We will be back for more after this short break. We will be back with the presentation.
हेलो, आई एम नवनीत कौर। मैं दिल्ली एफसी राइटर्स की कैप्टन हूँ और मैं एज ए स्ट्राइकर खेलती हूँ। और एचएएल के लिए कि एक अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है हमारे लिए, हमारे यंगस्टर्स के लिए कि उन्हें एक इंटरनेशनल लेवल का कंपटीशन खेलने को मिल रहा है। लास्ट सीज़न जब हम खेले थे तो हमें आइडिया नहीं था कि लीग कैसे होती है, क्योंकि फर्स्ट टाइम खेल रहे थे। और इस बार हमें अच्छे से आइडिया है कि कैसे लीग्स का सिस्टम चलता है। हाँ, बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ। बहुत टाइम से वेट कर रहे थे लास्ट सीज़न के बाद। प्लीज़ ज़रूर हमारा एचएएल देखें। अगर आप यहाँ स्टेडियम में आके देख सकते हैं तो वो और भी अच्छा है, और अगर आप टीवी पे देख रहे हैं तो देखें और हमारी टीम को चेयर करें।
Hello, I'm Nora Bout from the Netherlands, and I play as a midfielder. It's my first time playing for the Strachi Bengal Tigers, and I'm very excited for the tournament and for the franchise and for everything in this country. I started hockey at 5 years old, so a very young age. Going to the Hockey India League is a big transition, but it's really cool to play with the Indian players. I'm really excited to start the tournament. And then we'll see how it goes, but I think the atmosphere will be very cool, and I'm really excited to play. My parents are here, so they are going to watch in the stadium, so that's really cool. Be passionate about the game, work hard, and then you'll come like at this stage.
मेरा नाम ब्यूटी डुंगडुंग है और मैं स्ट्राइकर खेलती हूँ। मैं चाहती हूँ कि मुझे दुनिया गोल मशीन के नाम पे जाने। मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा गोल करूँ रांची रॉयल्स के लिए और मुझे प्लेयर ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट मिले। आप एक मैच हारते हो ना तो आपको पता लग जाता है कि आप गलती कहाँ पे कर रहे हो। हमारा ये था कि हम अपना बेस्ट देंगे। जो गोल स्कोरर किया 5 गोल, हमें बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी हुई कि हमने गोल किया। हमारे लिए भी टफ है, उनके लिए भी टफ है ओबियसली खेलना, क्योंकि वो 2 मैच हार चुके हैं और हम 1 लूज़ किए 1 जीते हैं। तो हमें तो जीतना ही है। माइंडसेट तो यही रहेगा कि हमने और ऊपर जाना है, हमें नीचे नहीं आना है। तो हमें अपना लेवल अप करना है।
Welcome back to the Hero Hockey India League 2025-2026. We were witness to another exciting contest between the Ranchi Royals and the JSW SOORMA Hockey Club. The Royals registered their second successive victory on the trot. Unfortunately, another defeat for JSW SOORMA. Well, time now for us to figure out who the player of the match is. Over to Sulbi at the presentation.
Another royal victory for the home side as they defeat the JSW SOORMA Hockey Club 2-0 to register their second win of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-match presentation ceremony for the Hero Hockey India League 2025-26 match between Ranchi Royals and JSW SOORMA Hockey Club. Hero Hockey India League would like to take this opportunity to thank their partners, title sponsor Hero Motocorp, broadcast partner DD Sports, streaming partner Waves, official hydration partner Bisleri, medical partner Apollo Hospital. Thank you for your support. Please welcome our dignitary to present the Hero Vida Electric Player of the Match Award, Mr. Abhineet Kumar Singh, Area Manager, Hero Motocorp Limited. And the award for the Hero Vida Electric Player of the Match goes to number 7, Neha from Ranchi Royals. Exceptional as always, always active on the field and contributing towards the team's win. Neha, please यहाँ आ जाइए. पहले तो कंग्रेचुलेशंस ऑन द विन, काफ़ी करीबी गेम था ये. एक ऐसे गेम में डिफरेंस मेकर क्या रहा आपके लिए?
सबसे पहले तो थैंक यू मैम, और सेकंड ये कि वो टीम ऑलरेडी 2 मैच हार चुकी थी और हमारे लिए बहुत ये था कि हमें 3 पॉइंट लेना है, तो हमारी टीम ने यही डिसाइड किया था कि कुछ भी हो जाए हमें 3 पॉइंट लेके जाने हैं. और ये अवार्ड सिर्फ मेरा नहीं है, मेरी पूरी टीम का है, क्योंकि उन्होंने लास्ट तक हार्डवर्क किया, हमें बिल्कुल गिव अप नहीं किया लास्ट तक, और मैं अपनी टीम पे बहुत प्राउड करती हूँ.
हम सभी को आपकी टीम पे प्राउड है और आप पे भी, जिस तरह से आप लोग खेले, एक परफेक्ट टीम प्लेयर. लेकिन आज जो ये एग्जीक्यूशन देखने मिली उसके लिए कोई स्पेसिफिक प्रेपरेशन की थी?
बिल्कुल, हमारे कोच ने हमें कल प्रैक्टिस करवाई थी कि हमें उनका क्या प्लस पॉइंट है, हमें कहाँ से जाना है, उनकी क्या वीकनेस है, बताऊंगी नहीं बट हाँ, तो उस पर हमने वर्क किया था.
चलिए वो सीक्रेट आप अपने साथ लेके जाइए. बट थैंक यू सो मच हमारे साथ बात करने के लिए. Congratulations on the win once again and enjoy the victory. Thank you. Well, that sums up the presentation ceremony from here.
Well, Neha Goyal, as always, articulate and speaking her mind freely as she should. That just about winds up the action from tonight. But tomorrow we have plenty of exciting action. But before that, just a quick recap into how the match unfolded. JSW SOORMA will look back at this with more than a tinge of disappointment.
They will indeed. They had the chances going out, but it was the Ranchi Royals ultimately who came out on top. SW SOORMA, though they teed a decision for a push, it was given as an upgraded penalty stroke, but Penny Squibb unable to beat Madhuri Kindo in the goal, and that really then started to swing the momentum for this game. Time and time again, the Ranchi Royals came on the attack. It was this pass in, wonderful cross from Augustina Alonso finding Rituja Pisel, who you cannot get a deflection any better than that. The post was the only thing then that stopped another goal from going in from Maria Ortiz, but then Sashki Rana showcasing her skill and unleashing a rocket past the right shoulder of Slavita. And that was all this game needed. Individual skill coming. Savita was taken off the pitch, JSW SOORMA going with that extra player on the pitch, but it wasn't enough. Granato diving, moving. Augustina Alonso giving away a penalty corner. Penny Squibb looking for that deflection again for a diving Granato, but it wasn't to be for JSW SOORMA. Got a feel for them. They still cannot find that win.
Yes, the absence of the opening goal has become a bit of an albatross around the neck. And what does this do to Ranchi Royals as far as the points table is concerned? That victory has propelled them to second position, with them having received 6 points. Ranchi Bengal Tigers, of course, are in third position. JSW SOORMA Hockey Club are in the negative as far as goal difference is concerned and do not have a point yet on the board. And tomorrow the men's hockey India League action will begin as well, but before that JSW SOORMA Hockey Club will take on SG Pipers in another must-win game for the SOORMA Hockey Club, and action will begin at 4:30 p.m. from Ranchi, and that will be followed by the very first game in the men's Hero Hockey India League 2025-2026. Last year's runners-up Hyderabad Tufans will lock horns with Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons, and that will come to you live from the Mayor Radhakrishnan Hockey Stadium in Chennai from 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time. We promise to meet you there tomorrow. Until then, it's bye from Nikki and Arun. Good night.